I was going to let you hear the story, but then I had to take myself up. Guys, I'm not going to take up a lot of your time tonight because um, it's I love it. They did a great job, but it's too much Dabbleverse for one day. But I have to give credit for the best thing that ever happened as far as goofs go on someone who needed to be taken down a couple notches. Shuley and the boys did a Pulitzer of a job with what they did. I got a friend that was watching it, Chad Zumach. Maybe Husey was right. He might be the shining star in the Dabbleverse. He might be number one. Hey guys, what's going on? Hi. I couldn't believe the way they were they were just complimenting John. And see, you guys don't understand. If there was ever a question about who John is, you guys just saw it proven. As long as you are telling John how great he is, and if John believes that you're listening and you're in admiration of him, he will sit there for days and days and just take in the praise. And Chad and his friend, I'm sorry, I don't know his name, did just that. And I didn't even know that it was well constructed on the back end too. Man, it was so funny. If you guys haven't seen it, I suggest that you watch it. But here's what you got to hear, okay? And this is what I'm adding to it, and it's so important, and it's so sad on John's end. Now, again, this is only my opinion. I don't know this for a fact, okay? Let's all be clear on that. I don't know that. I don't know this to be fact, but it looks to be exactly what I'm going to tell you. And it's a huge hit for John. All right, I'm going to tell you this, and then in the show tomorrow, I'm going to explain why and give you all the reasons. And then I have those emails, and I'll tell you which ones, which kind of forecast this downfall, which I don't want to kick anybody when they're down. But if there's anybody that deserved to be knocked down a peg, it was John. Here is what I'm here to tell you. Not a whistle. It's a bongo. John, in my opinion, and when I lay out all the facts here, John never had any intention of teaching again. John thought he was going to come back and podcast, and it was going to be a steady money. He thought that he was missed, and he'd cozy up to the right person that would help him the most. But as you saw in this thing he did with Chad, people are on and they get it. You know, there comes to a point where there's no more people you can use. They know your tricks. You know, he tried to sneak in behind Levy's back and tried to get on MLC. And there's even one time he says on the podcast, he goes, "I just won't go teach. Just let me come on for Levy, and I won't teach, and I'll be with you, Kevin." By the way, it was really funny, and I've become a fan of the pink panhandling, lisping, funny ass, good guy. But since he couldn't get what he wanted, so now he's going to go with Chad because he can't take money in. He can't get monetized. And it takes a little while to do that. You got to get 30,000 hours and 2,000 subscribers. So it takes a little while. So let me tell you, I have a friend I reached out to who I'll just tell you, I live on Long Island, okay? And I'll just put it in terms of the police. Long Island, there are two counties. There's Suffolk County and there's Nassau County. And then there's the city, New York City, Manhattan, if you're not from around here. As far as cops go, the highest paid cops are in Suffolk County. That's out east. That's Hamptons. That's Middle Island out, and that's where we are. Then it goes Nassau County, and the city cops don't get paid really anywhere near as much as they should. The Gulf cops should be making a lot more than they should. So as far as that goes, teachers, teachers in Suffolk County make $125 a day. This is a substitute teacher, 125 a day. And I asked this person, I said, is there any way possible? Because I just had a question. I was just talking. This person's been teaching for like 30 years. And I said, is there any way that someone can teach during the year and when it comes to the summer, go and podcast drunk off their ass, cursing, screaming, threatening? Let's just say it's all entertainment. Let's just say none of it is, it's all a bit. Let's just say all the cursing, all that. Do you think that could ever happen in any city? Let's say, could that happen in California? And my friend says, I know Cali is super liberal, but I can't see a school being okay with that. It's a huge lawsuit that they're opening themselves up to. It would never fly here in New York, and New York is fairly liberal. Yeah, hold on. In Suffolk County, substitute teachers make 125 a day. That's in New York. Like I told you, it's Long Island, New York, in the highest bracket. Okay, I believe that's a sub with credentials. John was talking about this thing with emergency teaching. I'd never heard of that. My friend didn't know anything about that. But to teach, they don't just put anybody out there. You got to go to school for teaching. It's like you can't coach unless you're teaching in New York. You can volunteer because no, that's another story. It's nothing funny there, but okay. So they make 125 a day. Every other school is just about that. No way, $200 an hour, because that's what John was telling us, right? That's 1,000 a day for a sub. My friend wants to know: are teachers making $1 million out there? Schools would be broke. So you've been lied to, and he thinks we're so dumb that we actually believe it. Oh, yeah, I do too. Hey, it's Carl. I love Carl. Carl, great job, man. You did such a good job, if that is Carl. But love you, Casey. But I hope John keeps his job. Man, if there's anybody who has turned the other cheek and white flag and said nice things after the guy said, "I'll fight him now," and don't say that to me. I don't like that. But I let it slide. I just like, okay, it's okay. Don't worry about it. It's fine. And I went on the air and I said nice things about him, and I think I still am. But I'm telling you that I feel real bad for him because this isn't going to work out the way he wanted it to work out. I truly believe that he's done with teaching if he and look how involved I am. Just because I'm watching the shows, you get involved with this stuff. But if you bought a house in Florida, it's another state, and they don't have that emergency thing, right? Let me see what Brett's Hollywood says. Brett, I live in LA and have several clients that are teachers, and it's an absolute absurd thing to say what John said. Okay, yeah, Brett, we were all lied to, but that's what this isn't doing a bit. This is just saying you guys are stupid, and I'm going to tell you something that is designed to make me look good, where it just makes me look like an idiot because it's just there's no way that could happen. I'm surprised that he just got the job teaching. I'm glad. It sounds like he liked it, and I hope he helps some kids out. That's totally cool. But do you understand? Teachers go to school for that. You know, They have lesson plans, and this is a career. This isn't something that you just, "Oh, I feel like teaching. I'll substitute teaching." And if you're a sub, you guys remember when you had substitute teachers? You, you're like, "Yeah, all right, I mean, we don't have to do shit today." But if you had a permanent sub, maybe that's a little bit different, but if you've never taught before, how are we supposed to buy that you're making that amount of money? It's just absurd. So I'm going to talk more about this on the show tomorrow. I just wanted to come on and tell you this because I know you guys might be blue in the face. Oh, look at everybody. You guys are cool. Um, but this is really bad for John because he blew his chances. Well, I think he decided he wasn't going to teach, but I don't think there's going back there because you got to go back to college, and that, you know, $1 million NYU education in film probably doesn't transfer over to teaching, but you just fucked over everyone in the podcasting game because of your ego. You thought you were so special and you thought that you were in such demand. Turns out they were all fucking with you. It turns out you tried to find the best deal, but they were all playing you. You've been out for 8 months, and yeah, it's probably taken me about 8 months to even get 1% of how this works. But right there is a huge example on how this is podcasting 101. It's like Game of Thrones, but just for losers like me. Oh, hey, there's OJ. Carl is a wait, why is he wait, I thought it was the other way around. I love Carl. OJ, you don't like Carl? I like OJ. These guys are great. I love OJ. He's good. He's got a show on, and he does it with Carlos Danger, who's good, and he does it with the guy with the mushroom head mask. El Harible. He's good. They do a good show. So check it out. It's a brutal business, Tubby goes. I like Tubby. But you guys saw you saw what kind of chicanery and what kind of nonsense goes in this, but you can't have a big ego in this thing, and I keep getting reminded of every time I get upset when someone uh, says something about my family or something like that, which I still think is wrong. But people say shit about me. That's awesome. That's cool. Good. I will agree with you most of the time. Tubby, what else you got? You always have good. Hey, Cindy Lou Who. Tubby, I like Carl, except when Big Time's up and shows off his fancy paneling. um, but these guys just did such an amazing job. I got to tell you, Zumach deserves an Emmy, and I don't know if you guys have watched any of it. Oh, sorry about that. Tookie's cool too, and Cardiff were great today. Who are these podcasts? Yeah, there's some talented people in this thing here. So that's nice of you, Steve. Casey's man, he's funny. So that's really cool, man. So guys, thanks, Jake. Doing good. But I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of dabbled out. I've been dabbling all day, but as soon as I found out what happened, because I knew those fucks were up to something. Chad and the other guy were just being too nice. And I remember Chad saying to me, he goes, "I treat this like professional wrestling." I'm like, why is Chad being so nice to Chad? Why is he sucking his dick like that? He's got more in the tank than that. And then the other kid is like, who you the funniest thing of the whole video is this kid goes, "Who would have thought 30 years ago I'd be in a car with my mom listening to the Stuttering John on the Stern Show, and today I'd be on his podcast. Oh my god! And it was like you were cringing, and you know, if you knew what was happening, you were laughing your ass off. And John is just take. Oh, this is my buddy, the funeral director. I like him. And if you were in the know, you were just laughing your ass off because you're like, yeah, okay. So now John is. Everyone knows if you've never met him, what I've been telling you the whole time. That's the guy we've all been talking about. That's the guy who loves himself that much. And half the time they were giving him compliments. He wasn't even listening. He would tell him to shut up and listen. No, and then oh god, it was just hilarious. They did such a good job. And maybe this is good for John. The best advice for John right now is to be fucking humble. Say, all right, you got me, and you know what? I need to get real with myself and self-awareness. Maybe I did these great things, and nobody's taken that away from him. He's done more than anyone in that show has ever. He's done 10 times the amount that I've ever done. 100 times by being on the Tonight Show. Being on the Tonight Show. Yeah, and he deserves it. You can't take that away from him. Nobody else ever did that. So we'll give him that. But funeral director. Hi, buddy. I like you. F. John, 143. What's the one for? Yeah. Let's see. Holden. Whoops. Sorry, guys. Holden. Igger down. ANKE Slim super sticker. I don't get it, and that's a that's a rated R picture. I don't think we need to see that there, Holden. But thank you. I'll just I know I was only going to keep a couple minutes of your time because tomorrow I'll get more into it. But I wanted to read that note to you and tell you that this is more serious than you think it is because now John's screwed. I told you I don't think he ever planned on going back to teaching, and now podcasting is out. No one's going to take him. He is persona non grata. So let's see if he changes, becomes humble, or decides to try and use someone else. Because that in the past is who he is and what he'll try and do. So this is an exciting time for us dabblers. So guys, I got a frozen pizza to eat. But tomorrow, I got some more videos for you. And what's starred mean, guys? What's that? Oh, is that like this? Is that the super chats? Yeah, I hope John keeps his job too. Yeah, we did that one. All right. Maybe that's what it means. All right. Hey, I'm learning. You guys know that. Oh, it's Siobhan. Everybody loves Siobhan. Kev, 60-year-old drunk yelling at the camera isn't intimidating to you. Anyone yelling is not intimidating. When people yell, when men yell, you're safe. It's the ones that don't yell, the ones that are calm. Those ones you want to walk the other way. But people who are yelling and telling you how bad they are, never hurt a fly. Hi, Howard. I haven't heard from you in a while. Hello. Hey, Casey. Can you say hi to my friend? Huge asshole. Well, he's in the bathroom right now. I can talk to him when he gets out. I love Tubby. We all pray this doesn't prompt John to release another movie or album. Tubby, you got to get backing to do that. No one's going to take a chance on it. This is bad. This is why I did this video. I don't want any human being to be in a bad spot. This one, you might not. Actually, I might feel bad for Shuley on this one. This might have just turned his John's allure and John's material, and it might have changed from them doing a excellent and Pulitzer job of pointing out his hypocrisy and his nonsense to someone who has nothing, is nothing. That's what could happen. I don't mean to say that because he'll never be nothing. He's done a lot in his career. All right. He's also done some bad things, said some bad things. And I was taken back when he goes to Zumach. He goes, "I'll never turn on you." Remember him saying that? "I'll never turn on you." I was friends with him for like 3 years until I found out that he told me I was he published in his book that I was the reason for the downfall of Howard Stern and I was Gary's butt boy. I had done his show. I'd been friends with him for about 3 years, and he had written it 3 years ago, and I had no idea. What did I do to get him to turn on me? That's not a nice thing to say. So that's why I got, that's why I piled on, I guess. I just defended myself. Why would you say that about it? Nobody says that about me. If you know me, I'm not someone who's gonna purposely be mean to someone unless you fuck with me. But anyway, I appreciate all you guys. Uh, hello, hello. Okay, I will do it because someone asked me to do it, and I know it's been played a million times. But here you go, just because you want it, and then after that, I'll say.
Watch this. For I have seen all that I've seen what Laban's done unto. Oh, isn't that amazing? And my word will not return void, and it will go to that which it was sent. And it will prosper. But life and joy and the nature of God. Oh, hallelujah. And bread for eating will also provide and multiply. Oh, that's the opening of the windows of heaven. This is decreeing faith. Decreeing a thing, excuse me, and it shall be established unto thee, the force, the spiritual force of the spiritual power. He is preparing for you as we even speak. I smell heaven's bakery cooking up something good for you, sister. If God's got to send a bird, he'll send a bird. Oh, hallelujah, hallelujah. And now listen to this. You go a little further. You get the one, God's for you. You get, he's with you. And then the last biggie, God's in you. Man. You remember those heavens were shut up because the people, those heavens were shut up in faith, breaking through. And she proved God. God has something better than where you are right now. And their place in him as the, hallelujah. And God sent that man that day to open up those heavens. Shoo, hallelujah. Hallelujah. Instead of letting our faith be dictated to by our heart and what God said. There it is again, so strong. Faith so is strong. The substance.
All right, guys, that's enough. I want to thank you guys so much for coming in. I'll do more tomorrow, but I just wanted to let you know. We never hope for someone to be on bad times, but this is more serious than I think we think it is. So let's hope John has a change of heart and we see a new John, and then he's a funny guy. So let's hope he gets the humble bug and maybe changes a little bit and does something different, and maybe this thing here changes. You know what I mean? All right, guys. Thank you so much. And if you're a crypt keeper, or no, you're whatever you are, backslapper. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. I'm a crypt keeper.
Hey yo, I'm born at St. Charles, North Shore, East Side, Talking, Stony Brook.